Good afternoon, everybody. I'm absolutely delighted to join you today and to be associated with this particular initiative. You know, peace and justice, two of the most important words in our language. And it's what people throughout the world want. Just think, peace. Not just a world without wars, but the peace of mind that comes when you are not in poverty or scraping a living. The peace of mind that comes when you are not discriminated against because of the color of your skin or your religion or your gender or your sexuality or your disability. Peace links so obviously with justice, so easily. And we have many campaigns throughout the world where people are fighting for justice. Here in the UK, the Orgreave miners fighting for justice. The Shrewsbury pickets been fighting for justice for 40 odd years. The Grenfell victims and many more. And justice for Jeremy Corbyn, because let me declare once again and restate Unite's absolute determination and commitment to get the withdrawal of the whip lifted. It was a disgraceful act and we'll continue to fight for that justice. You know, colleagues, comrades, friends, there's a third word that is just as important, in fact, perhaps more so: hope. And that's what Jeremy gave us back in 2015, hope that a better Britain, a better Europe, a better world was possible. I've publicly stated on a number of occasions that I think Jeremy Corbyn has changed British politics and the Labour Party forever. And I believe that. The Labour leadership just recently the three candidates ran what many called a Corbynista platform, a socialist platform. And incidentally, we'll have to keep reminding Keir of that as the days and weeks unfold. I am confident that this particular initiative can carry forward the best of Jeremy's leadership, the message of no more austerity, of solidarity with the poor and the vulnerable, of tackling the dreadful inequalities in our society, of investing in that better future, and of course, genuine internationalism, prioritizing, tackling, stopping the climate change and ending wars and addressing global poverty. Everything Labour stood for under that leadership has been made more relevant than ever by the COVID crisis. It has shone an unforgiving light on society and on the injustices, in particular the underfunding of vital services, the blight of poor housing, the dreadful conditions in which some people have to work, and of course the incompetence and the cronyism of the Tory government, who always see the opportunity to enrich their friends. I'm sure, in fact, I know, had Labour won the election last December, I believe we would be in a better place today. We would not, of course, escaped the virus, but we would have had a government that puts the people's health and well-being first and seeks to root out the very ills the pandemic has exposed. Now we face the task, of course, of reconstruction. Reconstructing our society. You hear lots of people saying, well, we can't go back to business as normal. I sometimes see business leaders say the same, and even some Tory MPs giving a nod of approval to such statements. But let me make something clear. Let's make no mistake. They're happy to go back to business as normal. Any changes they seek will not be for the benefit of workers, but for their detriment. They've already started with the public sector pay freeze. They've just announced their planned attack on workers' rights in relation to European law. and trade unions are more needed now than ever, but they will have to have the courage to stand up and fight back. It's also why we need the radical alternative policies developed under the leadership of Jeremy and John McDonnell. And let's remind ourselves of the remarkable feat that they achieved. They took on the economic orthodoxy that had dominated the world for over 40 years and showed that there was an alternative. In 9 short months, they turned the tide of austerity, to such an extent that you couldn't find a single MP, a Labour MP who admitted to ever wanting to support it. You couldn't even find many Tory MPs or Liberal Dem MPs who would indicate that, yes, they supported it. That was done in an incredibly short space of time because Jeremy and John McDonnell, let's not forget John's role in this, were capable of capturing the imagination to ordinary working people who've been told for a long, long time that there was no alternative. Some of our younger members won't remember that horrible saying, TINA, T-I-N-A, that captured the media, the right-wing media during the Thatcher years, where she said there is no alternative to the misery of unemployment, to the misery of low pay, and to the destruction of our manufacturing. But John and Jeremy showed that there was. They gave us hope. There's that word again. They gave us hope. Hope tells us it's the flame that burns in our soul. And it tells us there is a world to win. And that is our historic task. People who are brave enough, courageous enough to dismiss the status quo and to face the inequalities and challenge the injustices. That's our historic task, so that we can hand on that flame of hope to generations to come. And I commend this initiative to all of you. Let's continue to fight for peace and justice. Thank you, Christine.